Emily Thompson sat on the edge of her hospital bed, staring at the IV drip as if it held the answers to all her problems. At 42, Emily had everything from the outside: a decent job as a marketing analyst in Chicago, a cozy apartment, a loving golden retriever named Max, and friends who called her often. But inside, she felt like a hollow shell, cracking more every day. For years, Emily had been carrying invisible weights: anxiety about work, fear of losing her job, pressure to be perfect, guilt from her past, and an overwhelming feeling that something was missing. She was constantly tired, her sleep was broken, and her thoughts never stopped racing. When she fainted at work during a meeting, the diagnosis came swiftly: chronic stress, high blood pressure, and signs of burnout. That was her wake-up call. The mirror of reality. At home, Emily looked at herself in the mirror, not just physically, but deeply. She saw someone who had forgotten how to breathe, how to rest, how to be kind to herself. She remembered her childhood days in rural Wisconsin when she used to run barefoot in the grass, laugh without reason, and talk to the stars. "When did I stop living?" she whispered. Her therapist, Dr. Avery, gave her one piece of advice that changed everything. "You can't heal a racing mind with a racing lifestyle. Slow down and listen." Emily took 2 weeks off from work. She turned off her notifications, unsubscribed from unnecessary emails, and began her journey inward. The first step: walking. Every morning, Emily walked in the park. Not power walking, just walking, slowly. She noticed the chirping birds, the wind brushing her cheeks, the way the leaves danced in the sun. At first, her mind still raced. What if I lose my job? What if I fail at this too? But slowly the silence of nature started speaking louder than her thoughts. She started to feel present. And in that presence, her anxiety began to loosen its grip. She read a quote in a wellness book. "Worry does not empty tomorrow of its sorrow. It empties today of its strength." That became her mantra. Chapter 4: Discovering Breath. Dr. Avery introduced her to mindful breathing. Emily laughed at the simplicity. "Just breathing," she said, but one night after a panic attack, she tried it. She sat on her bedroom floor, closed her eyes, and took slow, deep breaths, in and out, in and out. Her mind resisted, but she kept going. After 10 minutes, something shifted. She felt grounded, safe, alive. She practiced every morning for 10 minutes, then 15, then 20. Slowly, her racing thoughts turned into gentle waves. Her heart, once a drumbeat of panic, began to slow. Emily used to eat whatever was fast: takeout, vending machines, snacks, energy drinks. But now she started cooking. Not gourmet meals, just simple, fresh, colorful food. She chopped vegetables, brewed herbal tea, and ate without her phone or TV. She realized food was not just fuel, it was medicine. Within weeks, her digestion improved, her energy rose, and her mood stabilized. Cooking became her meditation. The Journal of Truth. Dr. Avery encouraged her to journal her thoughts. At first, Emily hesitated, but one evening she opened her notebook and wrote, "I'm scared of being alone. I feel like I'm not enough. But I want to heal. I want peace." Each day she wrote without judgment. She poured her fears, dreams, regrets, and hopes onto the page. It was like taking emotional trash out of her mind. And slowly her journal became a mirror that reflected growth, not just pain. The power of movement. Emily joined a local yoga class. She was stiff, self-conscious, and unsure, but her instructor, Maya, welcomed her warmly. "Yoga isn't about touching your toes," Maya said. "It's about what you learn on the way down." Yoga taught Emily patience. Some days she balanced perfectly. Other days she fell. But she kept showing up. Her body became stronger, her back pain disappeared, and more importantly, she started to trust herself again. Giving back. With more clarity, Emily noticed others who were struggling. Her co-worker who looked exhausted, the old man at the park who sat alone, the cashier who looked stressed. She began volunteering on weekends at a local mental health support center, just listening, offering a smile, sharing her story. Helping others helped her heal faster, because pain shared is pain reduced, and love given is love multiplied. Forgiving the past. One of the hardest things Emily faced was guilt from her past. Things she said, choices she regretted, relationships she let go of. But healing required letting go. With guidance from Dr. Avery, Emily began the journey of forgiveness, not just to others, but to herself. She wrote letters she never sent. She meditated on compassion. She reminded herself that mistakes are not the end, they are part of the learning. She whispered, "I forgive you," to her reflection. And for the first time in years, she meant it. The new Emily. 6 months passed. Emily wasn't a different person. She was herself again. She returned to work with boundaries. She no longer checked emails after 6 p.m. She took lunch breaks under the sun. She scheduled therapy as part of her wellness. Her co-workers noticed the change, not in what she did, but in how she carried herself. Calm, confident, present. Emily didn't need perfection anymore. She needed peace. And now she had found it. Final reflection. Life didn't stop giving Emily challenges, but now she had tools. When stress knocked, she opened her journal. When anxiety crept in, she breathed. When fear whispered, she walked among trees. Emily's story is not rare, it's real, and it can be yours too. Remember this, you are not your thoughts. Healing is not a race. Small steps create massive change. It's okay to ask for help. And most importantly, your health, mental, emotional, and physical, is your true wealth.